Okay, here we go. Chapter 1 study guide for Algebra 2. First question says, an irrational number can always, sometimes, or never be expressed as a quotient of integers. What's the answer here? An irrational number can always, sometimes, or never be expressed as a quotient of integers. Never. The definition of a rational number is one that can be expressed as a ratio. So if it's irrational, it cannot fit the rational definition.
This quotient of integers is a fancy word for ratio.
Yes, a fraction. Sure is. Okay, number 2. Graph the following on the number line. Square root of 11. Where are you going to find the square root of 11? That's a real simple problem. You're going to put that in your calculator. You're going to get 3.3. And which one is that? D. Insert greater than or less than. Now, in this one, you're probably going to compare it using the calculator. Now, you're going to have to think. Both of these are negative. Both of these are negative. So which one's larger?
Maybe 1/3.
Right, the one that's listed first. So this is the symbol that goes in the blank. Question number 3 is B. Number 4 says the formula, square root of 30 FD, relates speed in miles per hour that a car was traveling to the length D in feet that the car skidded when the brakes were applied. The variable F is coefficient of friction, which varies depending on the road surface and the condition of the tires. Which set of numbers contains the value S for F being 0.8 and D being 51? So we've got to put that in there. 30 times 0.8 times 51. So work that out. That's my answer. What type of number is that?
Rational.
That's a rational number. So which set of numbers contains the value? That's irrational. Which set of numbers contains the value of S? Why is it irrational? How do you know the difference? Square roots that aren't perfect are irrational. How do you know it's not perfect?
Because it's not a simple number that has 0.0. It's
Okay.
not 8.
Does the decimal repeat?
No, it's not like a
Does the decimal repeat?
1, 8, 5, 7, 1, 3, 7. I don't know. It's 8.
No. Does it terminate? No. If it doesn't repeat and it doesn't terminate, that makes it irrational. So you are correct and it is B. Name the property illustrated by the equation. Okay, the property in number 5. What are we doing here? It's multiplication, right? Number 5 is multiplication. What did they do to make the right side different from the left side?
See.
They changed the order, which makes it commutative property. Number 6. First of all, in number 6, they're adding. So it's an addition property. So there's some of them you can eliminate as answer choices because there's a multiplication. Now what they're doing is they're adding -6 to +6 and they're getting 0. Which property correctly identifies that? D. I'm going to switch from this marker because it's bleeding through the page. Number 7, solve the compound inequality. So we need to paper and do that. I'm going to use a marker on the notebook paper. How do you go about that? Solve each individually. And let's see, we're going to subtract 10 from each side. 5x is greater than or equal to 0. Divide by 5. X is greater than or equal to 0. Add 7 to both sides. 7x is less than or equal to 21. Divide by 7. X is less than or equal to 3. So on a number line, I have 0 and 3. I have a colored circle because it has an underscore, and I want x's that are greater than, which are all the ones over here, but I also have to consider this inequality, which says it has to be less than 3. So the ones that satisfy both are located here, and this is answer choice D. Any questions about number 7? Number 8. The spinner is used in a board game. What is the probability it will land on a multiple of 3 and 4? Okay, let's circle the multiples of 3 and 4. Is 24 a multiple of 3 and 4? Is 22? What about 54? Is 54 a multiple of 3 and 4? Will 4 go into 54? No. 36.
Yes.
18. Is 18 a multiple of 3 and 4? So if it's not a multiple of both, it can't be a multiple of them together. So what about 10? 12. 64. So how many are multiples of both?
3 out of 8.
3 out of 8. Answer choice D. Number 9, a bag contains 6 red marbles, 6 white marbles, 4 blue marbles. What's the probability of drawing a red or a blue? How many total marbles are in the bag? How many total marbles are in the bag? 16. How many are red or blue?
10 out of 16.
10 out of 16. Simplify.
5 over 8.
Answer choice C. Number 10. Solve the inequality, graph the solution set. So here we go. Distribute. 12b minus 12 is less than negative 31 plus 12b. What's the next step? Question?
Isn't it 12b minus 20?
Where? 20. Yeah. Thank you. Next step.
I had 31.
Okay.
Subtract 12. So Lena is less than 0.
Is that true or false?
False.
So what answer is that? No solution. Number 11. Number 11 says negative 4k plus 5 is less than or equal to 21. What do we need to do first here?
Subtract 5. 16.
Okay.
And that's going to cause the sign to
Gonna cause you to change the direction, and what do you get?
K is greater than 8.
And if you graph that on a number line, is it Open or closed? And K is greater than? So number 11, the answer is A. 12. Absolute value of 3x plus 5 is equal to 1. What can you tell me about this problem? The stuff under my finger here, it's equal to 1 or it's equal to negative 1. So 3x plus 5 is 1, or 3x plus 5 is negative 1. And what next?
Well, first you got Solomon, so for the first one, you take 5. So 3x equals negative 1. X equals negative 1.
Okay. And the next one? So number 12, the answer is D. $13. So we have negative 5y minus 9 equals negative y plus 1. Okay. Okay. And what answer is that? B. Okay. 14. Better get a printer sheet. 14. Absolute value of 2x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 19. So tell me what you think about this one. The stuff under my thumb is what? If it had an equal sign in there, yes, it would be equal to 19 or equal to negative 19. But it says greater than or equal to 19. So what kind of numbers will make this true? What kind of number can you take the absolute value of and its answer be bigger than 19? Give me an example. 34 would work. 34 is bigger than 19. Would you agree? So the stuff under my thumb needs to be bigger than 19, right? But is that the only group that works? Is there another number that you could put in there that would work? The stuff under my finger could turn out to be, what happens if the stuff under my thumb turns out to be negative 20? Is this true or false? It's still true. What if it turns out to be negative 21?
Still true.
Negative 34.
Still true.
So the stuff under my finger could also be less than or equal to negative 19. The mechanics of this. One of your equations is identical to the original, except you remove the absolute value bars. The other one, you turn the inequality symbol around the other way, and you turn the answer to its opposite. You don't mess with the first part, okay? Now, do you put the word and between this, or do you put the word or? Or. Why? Points to the right. If that symbol pointed to the left, we put the word and. Now we're ready. What do we do? subtract 1, 2? So here's 8. Here's negative 11. What kind of circle do you want on 8? Closed. X is greater than this side. What about negative 11? Closed. So what answer choice is that? C? Okay, 15 says 4 parentheses 3h minus 6 over 1 plus h. And they tell you h is negative 2, and they want you to evaluate the expression. So we're spiraling back. We're grabbing a problem that you should have known how to do since Algebra 1. Tell me what your thoughts are on how to work this problem.
First, you got one here, 2 immature h's.
So it's going to say 4 times 3 times negative 2 minus 6 over 1 plus negative 2. Okay? Okay. Jonathan, what do you do in the parentheses first? And what do you get? Over? What's down here? Okay. What happens here? Okay. And that answer is B.